Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, September 8th. I'm your host, Bree Cox-Kennedy. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I know I am happy to be back here where things are peaceful and calm. Been entertaining out-of-town guests all weekend, so it's been a lot of fun. But anyway, on today's show, we've got Solace Home Care with Quincy Novella and Brittany Lewis. They're going to be helping us understand the importance of transitioning into caregiving at home. And then after that, we've got the Democrat Club with Jean Lepowski. She's got a lot of updates and a lot of events that she's going to want to tell you about that you're probably going to want to attend. So you got to stay tuned for that. But first, folks, we want to always keep you informed. Rain gutter cleaning has commenced. Annual cleaning for Manor rain gutters has started. Cleaning in the village is expected to run from September through December. Please note that all schedules are subject to change based on weather and other factors. So if you want some more information on that, please go to the village website and you can look at the full cleaning schedule there. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast, folks. We've got another beautiful stretch of classic Southern California weather ahead this week. Looks like we're going to be cooling down a little bit. Today will be the warmest day of the week, sunny and topping out near 81 degrees with lows tonight around 62. And then starting tomorrow morning, we'll bring some low clouds and more of that fog, but the afternoons definitely will clear up nicely with highs in the upper 70s, tapering down to about 75, back up 77. So kind of fluctuating there, but highs in the upper 70s. All in all, it's going to be a great week to get outside, enjoy the village, head on over to the beach. You know, this is the best time of year to live in our area. The tourists are gone and the weather is spectacular. Let's take a look at our sunrise this morning. Was at 6:29 a.m. Sunset will be at 7:06. The days are getting shorter. Fun photo sent in by our very own Mark Weiss. This is Triangle Square in Costa Mesa. Very fun area to go play in. Got a couple meetings to tell you about, and then after the break, Solace Home Care will be with us.
21 years ago, I started Solace Home Care because I saw a need for a professionally run home care organization in Laguna Woods. I wanted to build on 3 principles. 1, ease for the client. 1 call to Solace Home Care will put you on the right path. 2, quality. Medicare ranks Solace among the highest home health and hospice providers in the state. 3, trust. We've been in business for 21 years. Call Solace and let us show you why we've been in business longer than any other home care company in South Orange County.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. My next guests are here to tell us about the importance of transitioning from hospital to home, as well as in-home care. Welcome to the show, Quincy Novella and Brittany Lewis. Hello.
Hello.
How are you ladies?
We're doing great. Well, I'm doing great.
Yep, it's a great day.
This is such an important topic because I know at one point in time in all of our lives, we're all going to be faced with in-home care, transitioning from hospital back to home. I want to get into all of it, but first, tell me how the two of you started working together, and you're both at Solace, right?
Correct.
Quincy, how did you start?
So I've been with Solace about 14 years, and I do all the case management for the non-medical caregiving. Brittany's been with us, 10 years or so, and she's a clinical nurse in all our hospitals, so can answer all those questions needed when patients are confused at discharge time. And she can go over like what her role is, because she really does help families and patients make right decisions.
So I started as a field nurse for Solace out in the community here, actually at Laguna Woods, all the time, every day, seeing our patients in the home with wounds or IV care, or just helping keep them safe in their home. I would do like home assessments. I've now transitioned to a role for Salus in all of the Orange County, mostly South Orange County hospitals, Saddleback, Kaiser, Mission, trying to ease the transition of our patients who maybe go in because of a fall or go in because of an infection and now have to go back home on IV or need a hospital bed or additional caregiving. I answer all the questions and make it a smooth transition in between home and the hospital.
Yeah, because there's so much that you probably don't think about.
Insurance, caregiving, like
or any of the equipment.
Equipment, exactly.
And I know probably being in the hospital, you're trying to take in so much as it is that it's really hard to try to understand, well, how am I going to continue this once I get home? So you educate the family members as well?
Exactly. On the caregiving, if there comes a time where they're not sure about palliative or hospice or what are goals of care, I'm a resource that they can ask that's not intimidating, right? So I have all of the knowledge of all lines of our care, as well as, what their goals are. I can direct them easily. I have more time than let's say a hospitalist to come in and explain these very quickly. I sit with the families and.
Well, and not only that, but once the family member arrives back in their home, do you also go in there and make sure that all the equipment is running correctly and that their family understands the needs that have to take place? Or is that
would be me. Yeah, I would go
into the picture.
Yeah, I go in. We do a home safety evaluation, just make sure all equipment is in place for the condition of the client. Our goal, all of our goal is to prevent a rehospitalization and to prevent injury, prevent falls, proper nutrition, exercise, engagement, enrich their life a little bit better. So that's always our goal. But yeah, I go into the home, I stay involved with the care while they're on services at all times.
So having a hospital liaison, registered nurse hospital liaison, has got to be such a benefit.
Correct.
Because you can't really do one without the other, right? Or you could fall into the potential of miscommunication if you're not actively working together to take care of the patient.
Yeah, patients, I think at the hospital, the social workers are just so busy and, it's hard to take the time to explain what the needs truly are and to prepare you to go home safely with all your questions asked. So that's where Brittany comes in and makes the ease of going home a little bit less stressful.
And Brittany, when somebody has a few questions that they, maybe they thought that they took it all in, but then when you get home, you kind of get settled in. You're like, oh wait, what?
I have my cell.
Okay. You seem so passionate. Well, you both do. You seem so passionate about caring.
Yes, we love people.
Where did that start?
My dad's actually a nurse, so I swore I wouldn't be a nurse. It's a job that requires more than it's not a clock in, clock out job, right? You definitely have to have a heart for people if you want to enjoy your job. And he, as a kid, would have all these, notes from patients or awards from the hospital, and so I've always admired him as a nurse, and I fell into it, I guess you could say. I graduated with an art degree and really quickly realized, like, oh my goodness, I was supposed to be a nurse. So started over, and I'm so happy that I did. It's definitely chose me.
Oh my goodness.
She's a true people person.
Yeah. What about you, Quincy? What got you started? I know you've been with Salus for, like you said, 14 years.
Yeah, and I've been in the industry, almost 31 years now.
No way.
Yeah, the biggest issue, so what started me, I had a job that I'm retired from. My first 10 years was in human resources. And I was behind a desk all day long with a big factory of 800 employees. And then my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and had less than 6 months to live.
Oh my goodness.
So I quit my job, I resigned, I moved my mom into my home and took care of her last 6 months. She died at a very young age. 52 years old.
Wow.
And I love the hospice that came in at the time. Salus did not have hospice at that time, and I didn't even know about Salus, but I remember just loving the nurse and how much she helped me because I had an infant and I had a 4-year-old and I was taking care of my mom and just going a little, it was just very busy and sad. And I just loved my hospice nurse, and I said, when this all is over, I need to start making a difference in people's lives. It gives me will. It gives me power to just want to thrive and do more. I think I will work until the day I pass because I think even if I retired, I probably would volunteer. I love what I do. I love making a difference. I love giving the support that's needed out there, especially at a time in crisis.
Absolutely. So what are some of the benefits that Salus offers for in-home care?
So I think the thing that really sets us apart, we are Joint Commission accredited, same accreditation as a hospital. It's a true blessing that we do that extra step above. And having a case manager like me, most agencies, they have case managers, but they're actually salespeople. And I'm not a salesperson. I'm an actual case manager. I stay involved with the care. I visit my patients whenever there's a fall or anything and there's an injury. I'll do a visit. Anytime there's a change in condition, do a visit just to order more equipment, get a nurse out there, get a therapist out there, whatever is needed. So, and then having the care daily, it brings more life into the client. I think if we can make a difference, that's what matters and what we do.
So talk me through the discharge process when you've given the client the full assessment, what they're going to need for the transition, not only the transportation, but then getting them back into the home, making sure that whether it's family members or others from Salus, because that part seems pretty intimidating.
It's intimidating, and it's not always caught in the hospital. So if I know, if she's so great at communicating, hey, I have someone at mission, they've been on service for 7 years, they really need additional help. And then I can go in and speak with the case manager and the doctor and say, they really could use those additional benefits, an occupational therapist when they're discharged, a speech therapist for a swallow evaluation. They're having coughing at home when they're eating. So we can get those orders prior to discharge and start that care quicker than going home, having to call their primary, waiting 5 days to get a call back. So it's the ease and the speed, right, that they're going to get cared for, which is a better outcome in the end, the sooner you get cared for.
Yeah, and then the example that you just gave where you had a very full plate. You had an infant, 4-year-old, a mother with severe health challenges, and you're trying to work and be a mom and provide for the family.
They are angels.
And so having that relief, from that burden of, oh my gosh, I don't know anything about the medical field and I want to take care of my parent, but I've got kids, I've got a job, I've got a husband, it's like,
we always say, let the family be the family member and the caregiver be the caregiver, because the family has a lot of stress on themselves. Right. And it's a proven statistic. The primary caregiver is usually a spouse or a daughter or a son, and it's a proven statistic that their health declines more quicker than the one they're caring for if they're not taking, because they're spending it all on getting their loved one cared for. Right. So hiring a caregiver allows them to be the family that they need to be.
I love that.
I think one more benefit of Salus, which not other companies have, is that we do all 4 lines of service. So we can follow you through each stage of, it's a home health visit for a fall or just a nurse to check on you. Then as you're transitioning into those other stages of life, into palliative care to help, we have another additional nurse practitioner that'll come to your home. Then after you've decided we need to transition to a hospice, more of a comfort focus than a curative focus, we have that line. So you see the same, it's a continuity of care, which is why I love them.
Thank you, ladies. I can feel the passion, and I know it's in your heart, and it's coming from a very good place. Thank you for sharing your time with me today.
Thank you so much.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
21 years ago, I started Sayles Home Care because I saw a need for a professionally run home care organization in Laguna Woods. We've been in business for 21 years. Call Sayles and let us show you why we've been in business longer than any other home care company in South Orange County.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. Come see why for over 2 decades, Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. What is going on with the Democratic Club? Well, I've got Jane Lepowski here to give us some updates on some upcoming events and talk further.
Okay, well,
Welcome.
thank you very much. Pleasure to see you, as always.
As always, yes.
What we have coming up next month, we had initially planned to have a different program, but things have changed. I'll talk about that later. But the program we have scheduled, we've moved up our candidate forum for the candidates for California Assembly District 72, which includes all of Laguna Woods. And the two candidates are Chris Cluey and Jordan Kirby. And Chris is a former football player, so people who are football fans may know of him from that part of his career, and he became a teacher in Huntington Beach, and at that point he also became an activist, and you might know him from his objections to a political party being, or political group being named on the public library. He very famously got arrested for protesting that at the city council meeting. And now he is running for assembly representative to the state of California for our district.
Okay.
And the other candidate is Jordan Kirby. He is a former member of the Coast Guard for many years. And I don't know as much about him. I'm looking forward very much to hearing from both of them and comparing them side by side. We are going to ask them questions, and we are going to also take questions from the audience. So if you want to learn about these two candidates, please come to our meeting, which is on September 16th, which is a week from tomorrow, at Clubhouse 2, as always. The program starts at 7 o'clock, but the doors open at 6:30, so people can come and socialize.
Fantastic. Give us a couple of examples of some of the questions that you'll have prepared for your candidates.
You know, I'm not in charge of asking the questions, but I know what we want to ask. One of the things we've considered is how can we ask questions that bring out the unique qualities of each person. And so we have somebody who's working on putting those questions together so that we don't get, obviously, they're both Democrats, so there are things that they have, a lot of things they have in common. So we're asking questions that highlight the differences between the two of them.
That go a little bit deeper than what they would just normally, these boilerplate answers that most politicians give, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you said, you really want to get to know the personality, you want to get to know what's behind the scenes.
Exactly right, that's exactly right. So that's really important. And we will be having the other district that's up for election that we have some influence on in our city is the CD40 congressional district. That's at the federal level, Congressional District 40, which was the meeting we were going to have this month, but because of Prop 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, our districts might change, and so we postponed that forum for that candidate forum until the spring, when we know which district we're going to be in, and it'll have more relevance, and so that's the reason why we changed the program. But So we brought this one up from, it was going to be in October, but now we're having it in September. And we'll have another program in October. Anyway, so the other thing that's happening, and this is in October before, early October, so that's why I want to talk about it now, and that is we have an annual brunch, and this is going to be, we're calling it an international brunch buffet. And we're going to be featuring Gustavo Arellano, who people in our club who've been in our club for a while know him very well because he's been coming to speak to us off and on for many years. And in fact, at one point, when our club was led by, it was either Linda Nearing or Sue Deering, Gustavo was challenged to, he had been an independent, he was challenged to join the Democratic Club or the Democratic Party if the Democrats won, and that would have been in 2018. And so in 2018, there was a landslide, what we called the blue wave in Laguna Woods in Orange County, where we won almost all of the congressional districts, and so he's now a registered Democrat. Although he still doesn't do it. Yeah, peer pressure. Well, he made a commitment, but he's still the same person. He hasn't changed from anything else. But you can read about him. He has a regular column in the LA Times.
Fantastic. Okay.
So he's a great speaker, and he's going to talk about. He's from Orange County. He went to Anaheim High School, and so he knows a lot about what goes on in Orange County, and so he's going to talk to us about that.
Okay, and that's why you mentioned Ask a Mexican.
Right, exactly.
He knows it all.
Yeah. He brings his own perspective, and he knows more than those of us who didn't come from that culture, and so that's what we are interested in learning.
Fantastic. And then that's taking place
that's
Saturday, October 4th?
October 4th, and that's going to be in Clubhouse 2 also. We're going to be serving mimosas when we open the doors, for those who are interested. And then we have, and the doors open at 9:15. The program begins at 10, and the brunch is at 11. So if you are used to eating breakfast early, maybe have a snack, and then
Come a little bit hungry?
Come a little bit, but do come a little bit hungry because the menu sounds great.
Wonderful.
And
I'm sorry. Is this a Q&A format as well?
I don't know that we have a specific format, but I'm sure that, Gustavo's very approachable, and so I'm sure that people can go up and ask him questions if he doesn't take questions from the audience.
Okay, wonderful. And Jenny, are those meetings open to everybody? Do you have to be a member?
You don't have to be a member. You have to be a resident of Laguna Woods Village or a guest of a residence. Okay, but it's open to anybody. You don't have to be a Democrat to come. We take whoever wants to come is welcome. Okay. And it's not a fundraiser. In the past, we've done these programs as fundraisers, but this isn't a fundraiser. This is just a social event where people can go and hear an interesting speaker.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You've created a document, and I know you wanted to share it with our audience, ERRA.
Yeah,
What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that stands for Election Rigging Response Act. It's also called Proposition 50, and it's a complicated situation, which is why I wrote some questions and answers about it, because in California we put into our Constitution that electoral districts will be decided by an independent citizens commission to make sure that our districts are not gerrymandered, that there are some very specific rules about how representation should happen, and those are the rules that the commission has been following. And typically districts are apportioned after the census, and in California we always do our redistricting after the census. In other states it varies. And this article that I wrote is on our club website. It was published in our newsletter. So if you go to our website, you can click on publications and find the September newsletter, and you can read all the details. There's a graphic about which states do what and when.
Yeah, I think that would be really informative for our viewers, no matter which side you're sitting on, right?
Exactly.
Because it's just information that I think is helpful for everybody.
Exactly. But what makes this a special situation is the fact that we have actually seen other states, specifically Texas, who was asked to create new seats that would be explicitly Republican, that the state's seats would be gerrymandered so as to produce 5 Republican seats. And so our Governor Gavin Newsom felt, and we all agree, that a lot of Democrats agree, that we need to be more aggressive in pushing back against these, this unfairness.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm going to encourage everyone to go on your website and read your article, and then when you come back next month, we'll learn more.
I'll talk to you more about it next month. Okay, thank you so much, Bree.
Thank you, Jeannie. Coming up next, we'll take a look at our Monday night movie preview. Stay with me.
Mother, there's too many of you crying.
Retirement is the time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, not to worry about market volatility. With so much uncertainty in the world, how can you ensure your income remains steady and secure? At Pacific Financial Planners, we specialize in creating customized strategies to generate safe, reliable income throughout your retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Call 949-219-0692 or visit yourmoneytalks.com today.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Tonight's movie is The Judge, starring Robert Duvall and Robert Downey Jr., brought to us by City of Hope. It's shown at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles. We also have a special showing for you on 9/11, day that most of us will never forget. It's Vito After. This is a documentary produced by Maria Pulsateri here in Laguna Woods Village. It's being shown Thursday, September 11th at 11:30 a.m. only on Village Channel 406. Special 9/11 Remembrance Day movie. So enjoy that. Tomorrow on This Day, we have Pacific Financial Planners and the Boomers Club. So I'm looking forward to being right back here with you tomorrow. That's going to do it for this episode of This Day, and from all of us here, we wish yours a beautiful one.